very unfortunate. Good morning, first and foremost, Bukola, Kayode, and Geoffrey. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. My heart bleeds for the people in that community, 177, who went to worship God and ended up in the den of bandits. And I listened with rapt attention to Mr. Ruben Buhari that you just interviewed. And I was thinking, what can the government do? These bandits almost always target soft, vulnerable communities because it's much easier for them, it's less cumbersome for them, it's less dangerous, less risk to them, and they can always get the millions that they want. And in doing that, much as I agree with your submissions, all of you, that the police didn't do well in terms of communication strategy, coming up with initial delay was not the best way to go. If you don't have an information, you say, well, we will investigate and get back to the public. Not to say, oh, it never happened. And then less than 24 hours after, you say, oh, it happened. Then we are seeing different figures, 177, 161. It doesn't matter. Every life is what matters. How can government secure lives of everyone, whether they are in remote communities or they are in township, in urban centers? We can't all live in the urban centers, in the cities, because the cost of living in the city is very expensive. I know what cost I run living here in Abuja. If I were to be in my village, perhaps I would be spending less than 10% of what I spend living in the cities. But by and large, whether you are in the cities or you are in remote villages, all of us are victims, like the book of Professor Isidore Okwewu of University of Ibadan, when he wrote a book titled The Victims, because everybody is a sitting dog. Whether you are an elite or you are a villager, everybody, there's nobody that is immune from this catastrophe of banditry. And it is for government to redouble efforts. I know government is doing something, but it's not enough. When I listened to Buhari and he talked about having to walk 20, 30 kilometers from the main route to some of these communities, I'm saying that there are even 10 more communities further inside. Then you ask yourself, what can the police do? What can the military do? Do they have enough manpower to deploy to every community? We have talked about having ungoverned spaces so long a time, which is why the president has come up to say, you know what, let's have forest guards, let's have police on VIP duties withdrawn so that they can complement their colleagues in the stations, and then also asking that 50,000 additional police should be recruited from last year.